Welcome to your Indigo and Shibori kit. So I'm going to walk through what comes in your kit. So you've got your Indigo guide, and you have a jar filled with your Indigo mix, all natural ingredients in there. We've got some rubber bands, different Shibori manipulatives, wooden shapes. You can also grab from home some string, clothespins, binder clips, and these are just a few different shapes that might work. You've got different sizes of popsicle sticks in there. Wooden shims work very well, and those are also in your kit. There are just 2 cotton bandanas in your kit, but you can also grab any clothes from your closet that might be stained that are natural fibers, pillowcases, anything that is a natural fiber will dye beautifully with indigo. So that's everything that's in your kit. And now going into your indigo guide. So this walks through exactly how to mix your vat, best practices for dyeing in your vat, the exact ingredients in that magical jar. Let's go into those ingredients. So I grab my jar. I've got 1 part indigo, 2 parts calcium hydroxide, and 3 parts fructose powder in this mix. And this is what's known as a 1-2-3 indigo vat, developed by French botanist and chemist Michel Garcia and taught to me by my teacher Catherine Ellis. Now we'll go over prepping your vat. So I'm going to bring a pot of hot water to about boiling. I'll have a stir stick or a wooden dowel. I'll have my dry indigo mix and a 5-gallon bucket. And it's helpful to have a mask when you're mixing your vat, especially if you're doing this indoors, because the calcium hydroxide in the indigo mix can become quite airborne and irritate your lungs. So what I've done is added that hot water to my 5-gallon bucket. And now I'm just stirring in the dry indigo mix. And what I'm doing is stirring in a circular motion in one direction. And my goal here is just to fully saturate that mix in the water. So fully dissolving the mix until I see no more dry clumps in there. And I'm stirring quite a bit. I've got it sped up here so you don't have to watch in real time. And you'll also notice that the 5-gallon bucket is just about halfway full, and that's just to get it started. I will add another pot or 2 of hot water to this bucket when I am preparing for indigo dyeing. It will be more or less about 4.5 gallons of water in a 5-gallon indigo vat. And what you've got in the center there is the bloom or the flower of the indigo. What you want to do about 20 minutes after you mix in that dry mixture is check your vat. So what we're looking for is the liquid color to be this amber yellow, and we don't see any sediment or cloudy particles in the vats, and that's a very good sign. We'll also check the pH of the vat, and you don't need to have pH test strips. Since this vat is fresh, we're fairly certain it should be at a pH 11 or so, and that's standard for a fructose indigo vat. Before I'm ready to start dyeing, I'll add another pot of hot water so the liquid level of my vat is high up. And I'm going to let my vat sit after I've added all these ingredients and the water for about 24 hours before I dye in it. That gives it just enough time to go into reduction and for all that sediment to settle to the bottom of the vat. I'll just pop a lid on it and let it sit. Now I'll set up my space. So if I'm dyeing indoors, I like to have a drop cloth underneath of my indigo vat. I have a drip bucket right next door. That's the empty bucket there, and I've got my gloves and my stir stick handy.